Now for our third keynote of the morning, please welcome to the stage the President, Retail Shopping and Payments of Google, Daniel Alegre.
Don't believe me, just watch.
I think I entered with that same song last time, and I don't like that it starts with don't believe, don't believe, don't believe. We have to change the song next time. Hi, I'm Daniel Alegre, President of Retail Shopping and Payments at Google, and it's great to be back here at Shoptalk. It's also fantastic to see the amount of energy and innovation that's happening in this industry. There's so much going on, and particularly the consumer. The consumer continues to embrace new technologies and innovation, and it's keeping all of us on our toes. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So I want to talk about a very simple example. The other day, about a week and a half ago, I was in my house, and I was on my phone, and I was kind of flipping through my Google Photos, and I came across this picture. And I turned to my wife, and I said, this is my daughter, Claire. She's 5 years old. I said, did you hire a photographer to take a picture of Claire? She goes, no, actually, I have no idea what this is. So I turned to my 7 and 8-year-old sons and said, do you guys have anything to do with this? And they picked up my phone. They used Google Photos. And intuitively, they figured out how it is to alter an image to create such a really impressive photograph. And if a 7 and 8-year-old can figure out technology, which is pretty complicated, so easily, you can imagine how the older consumer is truly embracing technology. So for instance, when I was coming here to Las Vegas, I was running late. I was in the car, in the taxi, and I was typing emails furiously before I got to the airport, and I realized, I'd forgotten to check in. So I called up the Google Assistant with my voice, kept working on my emails, and said, Google, please check me into my flight. And with voice, I was able to check into my flight seamlessly and with no issues. Then when I get into the plane, I'm finishing off all the emails, and I was supposed to meet a colleague of mine when I landed here in Las Vegas, and you get that dreaded notification from the flight attendant that says, it's time to shut things down. You shut it down, and I go, oh, I have to answer this email really quick and let him know I will see you then. But I don't have time, and I know she's looking at me, so I have to close this. Well, with Gmail and the intuitive auto response, with one click, it told me, yes, see you there, clicked it, was able to answer, presto, ready to go. So I'm an example, my kids are an example of how you can really bring technology to work for you and make it easily and seamless. You don't even realize it's technology, it just works, it just works for you. And what are the implications for retailers for this and this continuing shift in consumer behavior? So last year when I was here, I mentioned that we have seen at Google a twofold increase in Open Now and Near Me searches. That number has now increased to a threefold increase. Consumers are looking for the information of where stores are available, their open hours, is the inventory available, and that's increasing and accelerating at an exponential rate. 59% of our users expect shipping and billing information to be remembered. It's obvious, it's intuitive. You go to a site, you don't want to have to type in all your address, your name over and over again. Consumers are expecting a seamless checkout. And 58% want promotions that are based on their purchase history. Remember the days when you used to get that big catalog and you'd say, this really isn't relevant to me, you have to go through all these multiple pages. Well, the consumer nowadays is expecting that whatever notification they get from you is perfectly tailored for them and for their needs. So at Google, what we decided to do, we wanted to understand the consumer and consumer behavior much better. So over 6 months, we looked at thousands of user clickstream data. And we realized, using this clickstream data, that no two journeys are alike. And we think a lot about funnel, that the purchase funnel is one way. But the reality is it's not really like a funnel. It's like a zigzag, or for you in the UK, it's like a curly-whirly, goes left, right, up and down. And no journey is exactly alike. With so many choices and awareness is really about being there when the consumer is looking for you with the right information. So I want to walk you through a real-life journey. This is Amanda. I'm going to talk a lot about Amanda. You're going to get to Amanda pretty well over the next few minutes. Amanda, 25-year-old from Tennessee, real user. And she has a problem. Her problem is that the makeup that she's using is irritating her skin. And she embarked, based on the clickstream data that we gathered, on a 2-month journey with over 100 touch points to try to get the right makeup for herself. So let's dive a little bit deeper into Amanda's journey. First, she begins by narrowing down her consideration set. She searches for what brands of makeup are hypoallergenic. What's the best foundation for sensitive skin? That's how she started her journey. And she wants the results that are tailored for her, and she wants them immediately. In her case, she started on the mobile phone, and Google went through millions and millions of sites to render in nanoseconds the right answer for her at her fingertips. And we see this expectation across the board, personalization of searches. We've seen a 140% increase in a search for foundation for dry skin, sensitive skin. We've seen an 150% growth in searches for things to avoid, like brands or certain ingredients. Amanda, in her case, she learned to avoid aluminum-based products because that was actually what's causing the sensitivity to her skin. Searches for things for me, like skincare for me or night cream for me, that increased 60%. So user wants deep personal information over and over again because it's all about them. From search, what did Amanda do? She went to YouTube. And YouTube is an incredible discovery platform. I'm sure all of you have used it. I've used it on numerous occasions. 90% of people discover new brands on YouTube. More than half say that video helped them to decide what to buy. It makes sense. In the case of Amanda, she searched, how do you apply makeup for a natural look? Sephora noticed this trend. And specifically, as it related to Amanda's journey and other cosmetic journeys, a lot of people come onto YouTube for how-to videos. How to apply makeup, how to find the right kind of materials for a doghouse that I'm trying to build. There were over 81 million how-to beauty searches on YouTube alone last year, and that number is accelerating. And Sephora took action. They said, we've got a lot of how-to video content, and they created even more. And they partnered with the Google hardware team to bring that content forward in the Google Home Hub. So when a user goes onto the hub and asks the assistant, show me a smoky eyes video from Sephora, that video comes up front and center. And that's something that Amanda leveraged quite a bit. But this is not how Amanda's journey ended. She continued. She went back into search, and her search went on for 2 months, and she finally landed on the right product for her, foundation from the company Fresh. She then went on and started searching for retailers who let her use her birthday points to buy, and then identify where can you find Fresh, what stores have the inventory and are near her. So after she spent 100 days trying to narrow down her search set, she landed on Fresh. And once she landed on Fresh, you better believe she was ready to purchase. And in her case, she actually didn't want to wait and have it delivered to her home. She wanted to get it at the local retailer that was closest to her. Now, the problem here is, it's also an opportunity, is that if the retailer does not customize the offering for Amanda and makes it aware that that product is close by to her at the right price point, they're going to lose the sale. If you do it properly and you identify for Amanda that the product is right there within a few blocks, you've got an instant sale and a happy customer. And this is happening across the board. And I didn't just pick the Amanda's example to illustrate a point. This is all over the place. 70% of people are more likely to purchase when information is customized to a location, like hours and inventory. It's not surprising. Half of people confirm inventory before going to the store. Seems obvious, but it's actually an incredible number. And half of the people purchased elsewhere because the information wasn't customized to the location. So providing that instantaneous information right where it matters is imperative to capitalize on this very long journey that Amanda went through. This is not just about cosmetics. This is not just about Amanda. Here's some other examples of streams that we saw. A person looking for cream. The journey took 55 days and over 120 touch points. Looking for a dress, a party dress, 77 days and over 400 touch points. Even looking for headphones. Headphones you'd think could be something relatively straightforward. 34 days and over 35 touch points. Well, with all these touch points and higher expectations at each one, how can you meet your customer demands everywhere they are? And that's what I want to talk about next. At Google, we really think about it in three ways: connect, drive action, and accelerate. Connect. How do you connect with your customers at scale in the way that puts your brand front and center for them? Driving action. How do you remove friction and drive action by making it as easy as possible for Amanda and your consumers to buy? And lastly, what tools are available to help you accelerate your business, making data and insights the foundation of everything that you do? So here are some examples that Google is working on. First, from a connect perspective, we know, Ben talked about it as well in Pinterest. We know that people use images and leverage images to a tremendous extent. They use it to shop. The top questions that we get on Google Images are, what price is this? And where can I buy it? It makes a lot of sense. You go to Google Images because you want to get some inspiration. And once you see the product you're looking for, how do you buy it? 50% of online shoppers said images of the product inspired them to purchase, which is why today we're introducing shoppable ads on Google Images, what you see there on the left-hand side, which highlights multiple products that can be purchased within your sponsored ad unit. Quick, intuitive, and easy for the consumer to buy. We're also announcing that we're bringing showcase shopping ads, a format that we introduced 2 years ago on search that shows lifestyle and product imagery with a single unit. And we're bringing that to Google Images. The users have asked us for this, and you, as a retailer and merchant, can capitalize on this incredible opportunity. We also want to make it a lot easier for consumers to connect with your brands and connect with your product, whether it's across Google Services, Assistant, Search, YouTube, Images, and so many more. How do you find the best results at the best quality for the consumer when it's right? Now, if you look at what we're showing you here, most of this content is provided by Nikon through the Google Manufacturer Center. This ensures that our users see Nikon's high-quality information when they're looking for the products. And a few weeks ago, we announced that now retailers can upload product information into the Google Merchant Center to appear across both paid and unpaid experiences across our properties. We're making sure that you can actually provide the right content, the rich content available at the right time for all of your consumers on all our platforms. And once you've connected your brand to the consumer, whether they are or whether they're not, you need to provide a frictionless way for them to buy. And we're seeing that the Google Assistant is that. In less than 1 year, we've gone from 500 million devices that have the Google Assistant on them to now over 1 billion. That means Assistant is available on phones, smart speakers, smart displays, watches, cars, headphones, TVs, and more. And what I love about the Google Assistant is that it really enables us to push the boundaries of what can be truly useful. Each experience becomes seamless and personalized to consumers based on their preferences and context. And we're seeing the kinds of uses of Google Assistant really exploding, whether it's people wanting to check the inventory before they go to the store, or adding items to their shopping list, or reminders to pick up something when they're close to a store. One of the features that I like that I've been using quite a bit is reminding me of something I'm looking for, and when it's in stock, it lets me know. And the other one is that I identify items that I like, and when they go on sale, the Google Assistant, which is my personal butler, tells me, this item's on sale, Daniel, go take a look. It's a way to drive action seamlessly and effortlessly. So we talk about connect and driving actions. For retailers and merchants, the important piece is just how do you accelerate that function? You really need to have a foundation that is agile and flexible. And for many, this is built in the Google Cloud. 6 out of the top 10 retailers are Google Cloud customers, and we really thank you for that. The cloud allows you to bring your data together. We protect your most sensitive data with our intense focus on security and compliance. That's important. But we also provide access to AI and ML, just like we did for Amanda's journey, to ensure that we bring all the power of Google's engineering, Google's data scientists, to all of you. And everything that we make available for our own products, we also make available to all our partners through the Google Cloud. So Amanda's touchpoints are only a piece of the equation. You clearly need, as you're running your operations, insights across pricing, merchandising, and assortment, and back-end logistics and fulfillment. How do you get the product at the right place at the optimal price? Last year, we brought new reporting in Google Ads and Merchant Center to help your teams make decisions about what products to stock and where to stock them, based on what's popular now in different geos, how to price them based on industry and category benchmarks. And now, we can free up this data and make it available to other parts of your organization with the Google Cloud. In the end, what you care about is exactly what just happened here. Get Amanda the right product at the right price through the fulfillment method of her choice, and be there for any customer service needs that may arise. And let me show you some examples of some retailers that I think are actually doing this really, really well. LL Bean. LL Bean modernized its IT infrastructure to reduce feature release cycles so that they can quickly create new experiences at scale. DSW, they relaunched a loyalty program on the Google Cloud, and they've seen a 9% uptick in new customers. And they've improved their incredibly strong retention rates, and they made it even stronger. And Ocado in the UK, they automated their customer service emails with machine learning, and now they're able to respond to urgent messages 4 times faster and increased overall efficiency by 7%. That's the power of cloud computing. That's the power of machine learning that Google is bringing to the table. And I think Target is a great example of a company that's bringing it all together. They understand how the new user is embracing technology. And in addition to their proprietary tools, they leverage Google Cloud, Google Pay, Google Ads to create a frictionless checkout for their guests and driving more and more volume and interactions with their consumers. One of my personal favorites is they've built a new Google hardware experience in their stores. And through the partnerships that we have with Target and Shopping Actions, users can link their Target account to their Google account for a richer, more relevant shopping experience on Google. They understand the user from their perspective, and once the account gets linked, we can provide a deeply personal experience. And the results are tremendous. Users with linked accounts spend more monthly, had higher value baskets, shopped in more categories, and were more likely to purchase again. Who cannot love that? So we're very excited to continuing our partnership with Target and with all merchants across the retail ecosystem. We care about this ecosystem. We care about making you successful. We see users, as I said, in so many different touch points, in inspirational moments, in moments where they want recommendations on what to potentially purchase. But we also know that they're coming to us at a time when they're ready to purchase, and we're helping you make that connection. And 2019, understanding the future of retail really isn't about wrapping your head around new innovations in 5G or AR, VR. It really is about understanding how all these things are really fitting together and build helpful experiences to put your brand front and center. The consumer is moving very quickly, and we're there to support the ecosystem. And we're excited to be part of this journey with you, because Google really is in the business of making retailers and merchants successful. And in the end, what we care about is making Amanda happy and having her connect with you in a seamless and, above all, beautiful way. Thank you so very much for your attention.